Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Thursday, number 14 day for the month of July 2022. My name na Capo Daniel, the spokesman of the Ambazonian Governing Council, aka Sense Pass King, una own countryman. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help us navigate to this journey of our freedom, the independence of Ambazonia. Good people of Ambazonia, more details it come out about the fall of Oliver Leakia, Field Marshal, the king of Lebialem, as he called himself, the elder brother of Christopher Anu, the head of the Mariantas IG group. Our heartfelt condolence to he and the family. Despite all the differences we'll get the fall of any Ambazonian is a fall and a loss to us all. That does not take away from the death he has caused, the pain he has caused, the disruption he has caused, and for those who seek justice for all the problems during a time of war. We do need every Ambazonia, and we need every hands on deck. Sometimes just people like this being alive inspire our people in their own way. There is a way that only him can connect to the people that follows him, and to all of them, our sympathy and our tribute to him. More preliminary information are still coming in, and more pictures are coming in as well from our sources and from our intelligence sources as well. We gather that, contrary from what we put out last time, Field Marshal Oliver Leakia was indeed out of Ambazonia. He has been out of Ambazonia for over 7 months. He has opened a provision store in Ikom, where he also had involved in the music studio that produced the music he had produced. For over 7 months, Oliver Leakia was wanted by a faction within the Red Dragons. He was also wanted by the ADF, that he had killed their top civilian leader and 2 of their forces. He was also wanted by villagers. He was also wanted even by La République du Cameroon, Port Tassang, who have openly make it a priority for the Cameroon military in Lebialem to hunt him down. Indeed, it was a muddy water for Oliver Leakia. Unfortunately for his many enemies and many foes, none of them could lay hands on him, as the ADF overall commander in Lebialem was also absent. He is undergoing punishment for some disciplinary action that has been taken against him following our code. For his many foes, information is reaching us that the soldier who brought La République du Cameroon to meet Oliver Leakia where he was the same soldier who was crucial to convincing him to return back into Lebialem. The soldier's name have been identified as Mike. He was one of the soldiers of Oliver Leakia who left his group and publicly joined La République du Cameroon DDR Center. He had since returned to the field. We believe he was working still with La République du Cameroon. He was the one we believe was captured and led La République du Cameroon to the hideout of Oliver Leakia. There are intelligence that are indicating that he was not captured. He was indeed providing intelligence and helping La République du Cameroon to neutralize Oliver Leakia. This should be a lesson to all fighters on the ground to know that a problem that can affect one camp can affect the other. The fall of Oliver Leakia is a loss to Ambazonia, and we indeed pay him tribute. Why? For the respect of the many soldiers, Somali, and the many he has put down, we will still call for justice. But during a time of war, we do need, it does not matter what we want, everybody alive. His him being alive is a defiance and is a proof that Cameroon have lost. Ambazonia today mourn. Tomorrow, we are sure we will rise again and the Red Dragons will indeed rise. We know of their factions and we also know of their resilience and the strong power that have always come from Lebialem. Still, in the Atlantic state, we are not satisfied with the so far reaction of the IG care to help stabilize the situation in the great state of Manu, or with Ambazonian activists and those who we expect to be involved and those who are involving or claiming to be involving in Ambazonian issues in Ground Zero, their aid to help stabilize the greater state of Manu. The Manu warriors have been deceived and lured into the same position that La Republique would want them to be in communal fighting. New video footages are coming from soldiers of other camps that have been picked up, handcuffed by them, who have fled away from their captivity.
Now, General Linus is for inside the barrack. Now, the 5 soldiers then this way, Omega, General Eta, he boys them, Fremasha the game, he boys them, with Fiano Granot, he boys them. Fiano Granot, he there, General the game day, with General Omega, with the boys them, where that issue will be the talk, will be the follow when I be the here. And I just here, when I don't know which way it pass, at the soldier than this. You know, tension this. I this.
We are appealing to General Omega and all the forces of the Manu Unity Warrior to reconsider their strategy and their approach to the problems and the challenges they face and to continue to listen to advice. And we also encourage the IG care, not because they have done something bad, but the mere fact that these soldiers in Manu are all claiming and have done so on video, paid allegiance to Seseko Ayok Stabi's IG. We know that the IG care do not have command and control over them, and the IG care is not responsible for all those who have been killed and all their activities, but the fact that they take legitimacy by paying allegiance publicly and privately to the IG care have a responsibility to step in. Our engagement in the back door with the IG care have not produced anything meaningful in private and in public. This is a public issue. When you have more than 80 corps of your own people, anybody or any faction that is truly standing for the people will take their responsibility seriously. The problem is disintegrating. The Nigerian government have now installed 4 military camps, outposts, including 1 mobile outpost that uses bike along that border. We are not going to wait until social media happy times comes for everybody to be an activist and everybody to be a leader or anybody to claim credit. But we must go in muddy grounds and when things are tough to try to handle them. The Ambazonia Governing Council have been doing everything humanly possible to handle this privately as well as publicly and to also engage the fighters, and the results are not perfect, but we'll continue to do so. I can inform our public now that more than 80% of the population in Akwaya have run away. They have all become refugees now in Nigeria. These are liberated areas with absolutely zero Cameroon administrative presence. This should not be happening in Ambazonia. If we did indeed want to take up responsibility for our country, our people, our future, our integrity, this is an example that is giving us a failing mark, and we all have to step up. While in the Savannah state, the Cameroon terrorist occupation military continue to carry out havoc. The undeclared state of emergency that have been imposed in Bamenda following multiple successful Ambazonian attacks against Cameroon-controlled checkpoints have forced the Cameroon military to seek for backups and inject new forces that have stationed themselves on every junction and every corner in Bamenda city, completely militarizing the city and they are doing their havoc according to their modus operandis and their conduct, as we have seen in Ambazonia, which is looting, raping, and extorting our people. Such strategy are unsustainable. Cameroon is in the verge of collapsing economically. The choice of such strategy that do not actually go against Ambazonian fighters but carry out collective punishment to our people demonstrates once more the case that Cameroon is an alien force, is a colonizing force that treats our people as colonized people. The systemic removal of bikes from Bamenda town, over 1,000 bikes have been seized, is a direct punishment to the population and the collective Ambazonian people. Bikes plays a crucial role in transportation and the support of livelihood of millions of Ambazonians in Bamenda and across Ambazonia. The targeting of bikeman is a targeting of the collective will and people of Bamenda town. We will continue to work to defend our territory. We will continue to readjust according to the terrain and to make sure Ambazonian is liberated by force. We are calling on all bikemen to rally themselves and join the armed resistance. There will be no justice for people who watch themselves being humiliated repeatedly. The bike costs at least 500,000. Many of those bike people have taken loans into Njangi houses, have even transferred their land properties and family properties into the hands of Leike in order to have these bikes. Impunity will only mean La République du Cameroon will be emboldened to continue this policy down the line. We must respond with fire. Still in the capital of our resistance in Bamenda, the capital of the Savannah State, good news for our mothers in Old Church Junction who have been bothering my office every day and night, complaining about a group of boys who are gangs and thugs who have been taking drugs in their neighborhood, sometimes harassing people in the name of Ambazonian fighters. Our anti-kidnapping squad, under very tough conditions currently going on in Bamenda, have carried out an operation, and all those drugs dealers have been picked up and are in custody.
Say Caillou no fine. Biki shut up.
Checking out the living condition of the subjects, they are all disoriented. This drug, Caillou, is banned in Ambazonia, is destroying our youth, and anybody who sells Caillou or who supplies Caillou or any parents whose child is involved in this drug should please call our anti-kidnapping squad or contact me directly for follow-up. We must stop and fight this drug in Bamenda that is being protected by the Cameroon military and is being supplied from Old Town. Every measure will continue to be put in place to put an end in the consumption of this synthetic drug that is hallucinating and is causing havoc within our local population. Since still in Bamenda, we want to send a message for the family where they stay just for oversight day for opposite Nijon Frundi, a house. They are Beckley family. They have a mini-city there, and they are openly working with the Cameroon military that are based in the house of Frundi. Our forces are going to carry out operations there. We are asking for every tenant to leave their Beckley's family's house there with the mini-city. Everybody should leave that property because that property will be brought down due to the Cameroon military presence there, their activities there, and the use of informants in that particular building. That property should expect an imminent attack from our forces. If you are living in that mini-city, pack your bag and go. Do not wait for the result. It is imminent, it will happen. It's a matter of time. Don't say you have not been warned. Our soldiers will consider this warning as a last chance for everybody to vacate that particular mini-city. Warning have already been given, and we are doing so publicly so that tomorrow Mr. Man in no talk say no be here. Vacate that property. Fellow Ambazonians, as we be done ban Ambazonian common law lawyers may they no go participate for La République du Cameroon Bar Association because it was not necessary. They can still practice their law without voting in that election. Voting in that election would mean political participation, something that is forbidden by Ambazonian Liberation Movement. Several communique was made, several warnings was given to the lawyers. They pursue their personal greed and participated in that election, even when the agenda of the Cameroon government was clear. It was to lure the lawyers, compensate them, select those who are loyal, for them to be able to legitimize the regime and its colonization of our territory by using and introducing lawyers who are based in Ambazonia into coming elections and into positions of hierarchy, since they are the only ones left in town amongst the enablers. The first lawyer who participated in that election have been arrested and is in custody. Barrister Konse Julius have been picked up and is paying for the price of betraying Ambazonia and participating in a banned activity that enables and legitimizes genocide and colonization of our territory. This is a message to all those who participated in that election. Their 99 days will eventually come. They will not live in exile in Yaoundé and Douala forever. Once they reach in Ambazonia, they will face the law, the full force of Ambazonian law. And for all those who are participating in enabling Cameroon colonization and genocide in Ambazonia in one way or the other, this should be an example and a message to you. Ambazonia is not for sale. Ambazonia's integrity will be defended and protected jealously by the Ambazonia Defense Forces and our sister forces. Anybody who engage in treacherous activity, anybody who collaborates with the state of Cameroon to impose his alien law and to legitimize its illegal presence in Ambazonia will be doing so at their own risk. God bless you. Capo Daniel, signing off.